at beavercountyradio.com.
If you have a graduate in your family and are wondering what to get them, look no further, because a gift that they'll potentially use over their lifetime and cost you virtually nothing is available right now at Friendly Federal Credit Union. This is Cindy Haladio. Open up a graduate account for your aspiring student today. They'll get free checks, a $1,500 Visa credit card with approved credit, a debit card tied to their account, no service fees, and online access so they'll be able to take care of things no matter where they'll be heading off to college. It's time for you to commence with plans for your graduate.
Also, save the date, Saturday, September 26th. It's the annual Friendly Federal Credit Union meeting and luncheon at the Fez. It starts at 12:30. Stop in for details today.
Visit Friendly Federal Credit Union in Baden or Aliquippa. Member NCUA Equal Housing Lender.
Beaver County Radio and Moon Township Ford are teaming up for the 4th annual Cruise in the Ridge Car Cruises. This year's car cruises are presented by A.K. Nahhouse Appliance Furniture, Mattress, and TV, and Dan Hoffman State Farm Insurance. Join us this Saturday, June 20th from 11 a.m. until 3 p.m. for the second cruise of the year. The cruise is being held at the Beaver County Radio Studios at 4301 Dutch Ridge Road in Brighton Township. Solid Gold Saturday host J.D. Merkel will be spinning tunes in the parking lot. There will be food trucks, a 50-50, and a chance auction. The cruises are rain or shine, and the first 100 receive a dash plaque. Collect all 5 for a chance at a special prize at the end of the year. Cruise in the Ridge is also being sponsored by Tri-County McDonald's, Patriot Home Care, Monroe Auto Body, NovaCare, J. Young Refuse, NAMI Beaver County, and Beaver County Radio.
Rush Hour is just getting started on Beaver County Radio. It's time for Driving in the Fast Lane with Frank Sparks. It's the show that talks about what's happening in the news, locally, regionally, and nationally. There will be guests, and Noah Haswell will have the news at the top and bottom of each hour. And now, here is the host of the show, Frank Sparks.
Welcome back to hour number 2 here on your Tuesday morning. And here in hour number 2, we are going to talk with Eric Knight from Homer Knight & Sons, and he's brought a couple guys with him. Morning, Eric.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for having us, Frank.
Yeah. So who'd you bring with you today?
So I brought Ryan and Brett. So joining me, first I'll start with Ryan. So Ryan's our service manager. Ryan has been with Homer Knight & Sons for the past 2 years, and he works closely with our service team and customers every day. What really makes Ryan valuable is his focus on customer experience, making sure homeowners get clear answers, honest recommendations, the service that they deserve. And then we also have Brett here, who is a home comfort advisor. And what Brett does, so Brett helps homeowners when it's time to consider replacing their heating and cooling system. And what's unique about Brett is that he spent years in our service department before coming or becoming a home comfort advisor. So he understands how these systems perform in the real world, and that experience really allows him to help homeowners make informed decisions about their comfort, efficiency, and long-term value.
So, who do you want to start with? You want to start with Ryan or Brett?
You know what? We will start with Ryan.
Okay. So, Ryan, tell us a little bit about yourself and tell us about exactly what you do for Homer Knight & Sons.
Sure. So, again, my name is Ryan. My background has always been in sales and customer service.
Okay.
Really just focused on providing a high level of service and doing business with customers who enjoy doing business with myself, make sure that from the first time I speak to them all the way through that journey, that they're informed and have the best experience possible. Don't really have the HVAC background. I'm new to the industry, so about 2 years now I joined the team. And that's really been my focus. With the guys, with the technicians, I can't be a lot of help on the technical side, but I want to make sure that from the time that customer opens the door to the time we leave, that we're providing a great level of service. We're conversational, being attentive to their needs, showing empathy. There's situations where we have to deliver bad news when we find issues. And just making sure we're putting ourselves in the customer's shoes. It's never fun to deliver that news, but we want to build trust and be open, honest, with integrity. So that's really my main focus, and just making sure the guys are providing that level of service on each and every single call.
Okay. So how long have you been with Homer 9?
A little over 2 years.
A little over 2 years.
Yeah.
What brought you to Homer 9?
I left the corporate world, was looking for a job. I actually knew Brett. I've known him for a long time.
Okay.
He spoke very highly of the company. It aligns with my moral values as far as putting the customer first and being customer obsessed and starting with that. So I think that just having that opportunity and being in management and having the ability to touch even more customers it was something that I thought would be a really great fit for me if they were willing to take a risk on someone without the background. And it's been a great experience so far. I'm still learning every single day, but it's been a great experience.
So, Brett, what about you? How long have you been at this?
So as a comfort consultant, I'm newer in that role, but I've been in the HVAC industry for a handful of years now. I have a lot of experience in preventative and reactive maintenance. I did similar work in the oil and gas industry, and then I wanted something a little bit more stable, starting a family, and I decided to get into HVAC handful of years ago, and I got involved with Homer 9 just with their reputation in the Beaver County area. I wanted a company that's been around for a long time, treats customers right, and I got involved, got hired in as a service technician, where I was doing service for a few years, and fell into the role as a comfort consultant, where I'm now going into homes where folks are either need to or assessing the evaluation of possibly either repairing or replacing equipment. So seeing what they need and also what's right for them in their home, make sure it fits right, and just really, it's been an honor to kind of be on the back end of the business now, where before I was that tech first in the door, doing the assessment, and now I'm also helping close the door and getting those needs.
So how often should somebody have, whether it's their air conditioning or their heating, how often should they have that serviced?
Truly, we believe annually.
Okay.
And that's really, it's up to the customer, but there's a lot of data out there online, and obviously there's some luck involved, right? You could own a car and never change the oil for 20,000 miles and maybe get away with it, right? But in our world, we're looking at many reasons as to why, but also how, in terms of frequency, playing the odds, doing it annually is for the best for that equipment to truly get the most life out of it.
Now, should you do like your air conditioning in the spring and your furnace in the fall? Should you basically have these guys come out twice a year to service it, or?
We say once a year.
Once a year?
So it doesn't always depend when you do it, but that you do it. It's kind of like getting your oil changed. You don't always have to do it before the big trip. You can do it after the big trip,
right.
But as long as you're doing it on that regular occurrence.
Yeah, you just don't want to kick it on and it's not working.
Right. Yep, for sure.
And you guys do provide service. Do you have 24-hour service if somebody does have an issue? Or
we have 7 days a week service. Okay. So we're Sunday through Sunday. During the weekdays, we're 8 to 8. And then during the weekends, we're 8 to 5, but we do have a home performance plan where we prioritize customers. And if you're on that plan, I can guarantee you either it's 0 degrees, 100 degrees, we're going to be within 24 hours at least, we're going to be at your home.
Eric, typically how long does, like if somebody has a unit, typically how long is the lifespan of a unit?
It depends. So as far as, and Brett could probably answer this question a little better, as far as air conditioners go, I know we're getting into AC season. We say about 12 to 15 years. And equipment depends. If you're talking boilers, oil furnaces, everyone kind of has their range there. But getting into cooling season, I would say 12 to 15 years. And the big thing, there's a few factors with that. We hit on maintenance. They did a study a few years back, what gets the most longevity out of a system, and I think 24% of it is regular maintenance. About 70% of it is who's installing the equipment. That's a big deal. It's not like a refrigerator where you're just buying a refrigerator and you're just plugging it in. There's 100 pieces to it. So who's putting it in is a big player in that. I'd say probably they did a study. I didn't do it. People smarter than me did it, and 70%'s that, 24%'s maintenance, and then about 6%'s the equipment itself.
So if you're at any time after that, you're pretty much on borrowed time. If if you're getting there, like myself, I think mine's about 16 years old.
Then yeah, you've gotten some good life out of it.
Okay. So this time of year now, I'm sure you guys are very busy with service calls. Lots of people with their air conditioning units breaking down and things like that. Typically, what are the type of service calls that you guys get in a day?
Ryan, you want to take that?
Yes, we typically come into a day.
We took a furnace call today. Just
we did have a
June 16th.
Yeah, I guess it was 48 degrees this morning.
We had a furnace and a boiler call today.
Okay.
But we typically already have some. We come into a day with some maintenance calls that are already set up, and then service related. Last week, whenever it was hot, was just a lot of, hey, I'm turning it on and no air's coming out. Warm air's coming out. Mm-hmm. There's water down around the furnace. So any of those things are typically what customers are calling in, and we need to get out there quickly to address. So sometimes it can be tough because we may have a day where we don't think we're going to get as many service call breakdowns, and we'll get inundated with a lot of calls, and then we're left in a position where we have to reschedule some of those maintenances because we want to make it a priority. Like the people without cooling when it's 90 degrees out,
right?
We have a hard time telling them, hey, we're going to focus on someone that's working. So we try to, it can be challenging kind of working through the schedule at times, but we want to make sure we're prioritizing those customers who really need us on that day that are without the cooling.
Well, when it comes to like these high efficiency units, how much do they help or not help when it comes to home size and things like that?
Brett, do you want to take that?
Sure. That's kind of a loaded question only because when we're talking
that's why I asked it.
Well, let's just say if we're focusing on air conditioners, right?
Okay, yeah.
The biggest thing I've been telling people is if you're looking at your utility bills right now,
mm-hmm.
people are seeing an upkick in the cost per kilowatt and also the cost per scuff in gas. So people's utilities are going up.
Mm-hmm.
So one way to think about it is if you want that electrical meter to move a little slower, turn a little slower when you're running that equipment. We've had some pretty severe summers over the last couple of years. Getting a higher efficient air conditioner is a great option. So the savings, and also it's depending on the customer, right? So if I'm a customer who's going to be in my home, I know I'm going to be there more than 5 to 10 years. This is my forever home. Well, and you're buying a new system, high efficiency is great because you are going to pay a little bit more for that up front, but you'll get that back in utility savings. So I like the high efficiency option, but it's also depending on someone's situation.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what about like an older house? A lot of times older houses, it's easy to cool the downstairs, but they don't have cold air returns upstairs. How do you work out with like maybe taking care of something like that?
Yeah, a nice option that a lot of customers have been going towards over the last few years have been second story issues are very common. Mm-hmm. It's hard to move airflow. 90% of our furnace and AC equipment in terms of being indoors is in the basement. It's hard to get that air up to the second floor. And when it comes to sun exposure, R value, all those factor in. But the reality is there's only so much you can do when you have a completely finished home. So a lot of people have been going to the ductless mini split options, where you can actually have a supplemental system as long as there's electrical capacity for it installed for a master bedroom or an upstairs for multiple bedrooms that can supplement that existing primary system that you already have in there to kind of curb that need for additional cooling or additional heat in the upstairs of your home.
Is this like something that's mounted in the window or?
Well, so there's various options. The most popular is what's called a high wall unit. So you've probably seen them at a lot of restaurants and hotels where it'll actually be like a 3-foot wide unit that's just mounted on the side of the wall. It's white PVC plastic looking component, but it heats and cools.
Okay.
So that's been a really great option that a lot of folks have gone to. It's not brand new technology, but it is newer, and it's becoming more and more popular and more affordable.
I'm sure that's a lot less expensive than having to run boxes all over the place to put cold air returns into the upstairs.
That's right. Yeah, that takes the need to cut into drywall out of the equation, and obviously there's finished work that has to go in after that, and the findings that start stacking up when you start tearing into an older home and the infrastructure of it. So the ductless mini split option is a great option.
Now, is it best, and I guess, Eric, this might be a question for you, is it best that when you are going to replace like your air conditioning or something like that, you do both your air conditioning and your furnace at the same time?
Yeah, 100%. If you can do it, we were just talking in a meeting earlier today about the benefits of that, and Brett could get into more details on that, but the equipment talks to each other. And with the technology these days, if you're pairing a brand new furnace or air conditioner with the latter that is maybe 15, 20 years old, that technology is lacking, and you're not going to get maybe the efficiencies out of that new piece of equipment that you're investing in.
I'm sure cost effectiveness too would be a lot cheaper to have them both installed at the same time compared to separate. And
it is, and we definitely give breaks if someone wants to go the system route. We already have a crew out there.
Okay.
Typically, there's some discounts that come into play if you're willing to do both of them at the same time.
And I think with that too, to piggyback, it's not to incentivize it either, right? Yes, there are some benefits to doing a full system at the same time, but when you start thinking about the labor and when you're doing a half system and you're tearing half of it out, there's things that need to be done to also protect what's still existing if you're planning on keeping just the air conditioner and only doing the furnace, or vice versa. So it is actually more efficient for us to do it too. So it makes sense. We could do it more efficiently, and it also saves the customer some money up front.
Okay. And you're running a special right now, correct? For summertime, for maintenance, for somebody who wants to do maintenance on their...
We are.
Okay.
Yeah, actually the best special we have running right now is on the radio. I believe we're advertising it. It's a $79 AC tune-up special. You won't find a tune-up special better than that out there. I know we advertise different ways and different specials throughout the year, but yeah, right now, if you give us a call, we will do that AC tune-up for $79 and just let us know that you heard us on the radio.
Okay. Now, so if somebody does want to get like maybe an estimate on a system or something like that, can they give you a call and you'll come out and give them an estimate on what it'll cost them to have a whole new system installed?
Definitely. Okay. So we do free estimates.
All right.
We do them every day. Brett, right after the segment, he's going to be going out and running one of those estimates. So yeah, please give us a call. We do free estimates. We'll be happy to get out there, take a look at your situation, and give you all the options.
So take us through a little bit, Brett, the steps of, if I'm going to give you a call, I'm going to say, hey, my unit's a little bit older and, I'm maybe looking at something new. What would you take us through the steps of what you would tell the homeowner?
Yeah. So there's a process involved, but it's very simple. I try to treat people as I want to be treated. So the first thing we do is just sit down and talk about the house. How comfortable has it been? What are you looking for? And from there, once I kind of see what needs you have as a customer, we then have to make sure not just what you want, but what you want is correctly sized. So I perform a load calculation on the home in software to make sure whatever we're installing is also going to be right for the house to meet those comfort needs. So once some load calculations are completed, I put together some options for you, and then you select what you want. It's a la carte, no pressure, but we sit down and we just talk about it and come to a conclusion. It's pretty simple. It's no pressure. Typically takes anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour and a half, depending on the situation. But it's just really sitting down and having a conversation and talking about the house, and then seeing what's right for you depending on what you have going on.
Now, how often do you go to a house and it's it already has the units there and their previous units are too small?
Typically, it's the opposite.
They're too big?
If anything, we see that equipment was oversized and may have created some issues where you didn't get the right life out of it.
Okay.
I think as time goes on and as the equipment becomes more and more efficient, it's absolutely critical to make sure that what you put in there is properly sized. And when load calculations are completed, there's also statistical data out there, excuse me, that if that equipment is going to last, that you have it properly sized for the home.
Okay, that makes
and
sense.
the duct work and everything else is obviously needs to be assessed.
There's a lot of people out there, if they're having cooling issues, they feel like they need a bigger unit.
Right.
And usually, if you do go that route, your system's going to short cycle, it wastes energy, and humidity becomes a big issue as well.
All right, so you wanted to talk too as well about you got the Dog Days of Summer. Tell us about that a little bit, Eric.
Yeah. So one thing we're excited about this summer is our Dog Days of Summer campaign. So from June 20th through August 20th, every time a homeowner schedules one of our AC tune-ups that we just talked about, we'll donate 5 pounds of dog food to the Beaver County Humane Society. We partnered with them last year, and thanks to our customers. So last year we were able to donate 3,350 pounds of dog food. Yeah. So we're hoping to make another big impact this year. And to help get things started, again, we're offering that special radio-only AC tune-up special for $79. Okay. Again, it's the best special we have going. And also you'll be able to help take care of some local animals in need, as long as, as well as getting your air conditioner checked. So the other thing that we're doing with that campaign is we're also sponsoring a dog. We're going to do a dog of the month special, and each month we're going to feature a dog that's available for adoption. And if that dog finds its forever home that month, Homer 9 & Sons will cover the adoption fees.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's something new that we didn't do last year that we're doing this year, and we're excited about that addition to the campagn.
I think he just wants to keep you busy.
That's part of it.
I think that's what's up there, right? What do you think?
Sounds about right.
So if someone does want to schedule a service call or to have somebody come out, maybe give them an estimate on the system, how can they do that?
You can give us a call. You can actually book it online. If you don't want to talk to anybody, you can go to our website, and there's a widget where you can schedule online. But usually the best way is calling in. So if you give us a call at 724-774-4405, someone will be there to answer the call and get you scheduled.
Okay, sounds good. So anything else I forgot to ask you, or do you want to throw in, or?
You know what? I want to give a shout out to my grandma.
Okay.
If she's listening, Donna Jameson. She's been a long-time listener for years, and she always lets me know when our commercials are on the radio. So I just wanted to say, love you, Grandma, and I'll see you this Sunday.
All right, awesome. So, all right, throw out the number again if anybody would like to get some more information, Eric.
Yeah, so 724-774-4405. Or again, you can visit our website, or you can even send us an email at Homer9. So that's HOMER, the number 9 at HOMER, the number 9.com.
All right. Pleasure meeting you guys, and pleasure seeing you again, Eric.
Yeah. Hey, thank you, Frank. We appreciate it.
No problem. All right. Coming up next, Noah has news here on Beaver County Radio.
It's summertime, and the living is easy until your air conditioner suddenly quits. Now it's hot, the air feels heavy, and nobody's comfortable. You might even hear,
I can't live another day like this.
This is Eric 9 with Homer 9 & Sons. And when your AC goes down, this is the time to call us. Because you don't want to wait, you want it fixed fast and fixed right the first time. At Homer 9 & Sons, we